All right, for the you try number 3, I gave you this one. I said the numbers is where most students will struggle, which is why I gave you this to practice that. Here's what hint I'm going to give you, and I found this through the process of going through as I used textbooks over the years. Some books will go through, and not even just some books, some authors, they tend to give you clues to work through a problem, and it can help you simplify the process. Now, with these, I know it's a fourth root, okay? So when I start going through the numbers, I wanted to give you a process: 2 to the 4th, 3 to the 4th, 4 to the 4th, work way through the numbers, see if they divide evenly. However, sometimes it's best to work with the things that you know and you can recognize how to utilize. So 5, 12, 12, 50. In the grand scheme of things, pretty small numbers, but to me 32 is the most manageable. So if you start there, I can give you a process to work backwards in most any problem. Find a part of it that is simple and understand that if you want to be able to combine these, you have to have the same radicands. Okay, so the process we've been going through, it will work, but it may not be the quickest way if you can utilize some stuff. So I'm going to break this one down first. Okay, so 32, need my blue, 32. Okay, I know if I have 32, if I divide by 2 to the 4th, which is 16, again, recognition of what these are helps. 2 to the 4th, well, that's 2 to the 4th times 2. Now, x to the 5th, I can break it down in terms of that index, so this becomes x to the 4th, but I had 5 originally times x. So, because I gave you x to the 5th for all of them, we really only have to repeat that once. If you know what's going to happen, well, remember, if the power matches the index, we take out the base. So we're going to take a 2 out. I only took the base out. Take an x out. So that's a minus, that's that minus. So I have a 4th root of 2x. Okay? It's a 4th root of 2x. Well, if I want to be able to combine these, each of these other radicands have to become 2x. So maybe take the, let's start with the 512. Maybe take the 512 and divide by that first. Divide by that, whatever coefficient that might be left over, in this case 2. And then see if you recognize one of these other items. So 512 divided by 2, I get 256. Well, so as you go through, maybe you had a list. 2 to the 4th is 16. 3 to the 4th is 81. 4 to the 4th, well, that happens to be 256. Okay, 5 to the 4th is 625. And you could go 6 to the 4th, etc. Well, 4 to the 4th is 256, so this is 4 to the 4th. So I know this is 4 to the 4th times 2, and I know that's broken down as x to the 4th times x. Take a 4 out. Take an x out. So I have, let me rewrite this whole thing over here. So I'm going to have 4x 4th root of 2x minus 2x 4th root of 2x. I'm still not going to have enough room. Okay, well, I know that this could be x to the 4th times x. Okay, well, I take 1250. I know that I can divide by whatever this might be, in this case 2. And maybe I recognize one of these values. 1250 divided by 2 is 625. Well, what do you know? It's 5 to the 4th. Now, if it was a number I didn't recognize, maybe I'd continue. 6 to the 4th, 7 to the 4th, 8 to the 4th. So that is 5 to the 4th. So that there is 5 to the 4th times 2. 5 and an x come out. So I have plus 5x 4th root of 2x. Now remember, if you've gone through, don't assume that all of them are going to work. If the indexes are the same, but you go through and whatever you did, this came out to be a 3x, this wouldn't be a like radical. We wouldn't be able to combine other than those. 4 minus 2 plus 5. Now remember, if the radicals weren't there, these have to match as well. If that was a y, again, that wouldn't be a like term. 4 minus 2 plus 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Plus 5, we get 7x, 4th root of 2x. Now please remember, as you go through and simplify problems like this, the goal would be to get down to one expression. That's the ultimate goal. We may only get down to 2. Sometimes simplifying means taking 25 items and you can only get down to 19 by the process of combining where you can. Okay, so don't force issues. Understand you have to have a like index, and you have to have the same index and have to have the same radicand to combine the coefficients. Okay.